me tell you guys, I can play these two chords all day long. I just love them. I'm playing a C major and a B flat major chord. And it feels like there is no key. These two chords never really resolve. They never really end anywhere. Now when we take a closer look, we realize that I'm playing a C odd 9 chord on fret 8, nothing, nothing, 7, 8, and open. So it's the root note, the 9th, the 5th, and the major 3rd. And then the B flat sus2 sharp 11. It's a mouthful name, but it's just basically the same chord, 2 frets back, 6, nothing, nothing, 5, 6, and open. And it's the root note, the 9th, the 5th, and the sharp 11. So we're basically playing two chords, two major chords, and these two chords never really resolve. Now, what we're going to do in this lesson, I'm going to show you how we can go from playing chords within the C major key, so we're going to emphasize this chord, and how we can actually also go to chords within the D minor key when we emphasize the chords around the B flat major chord. Now the first step is to figure out the rhythm, and we're going to do it over these two chords. Now we're going to break down the rhythm into 4 different sections. The first one is the easiest one. We're just going to pluck the strings together with thumb, index, and middle. And I'm picking the low E string, the G string, and the B string. So the section 1 is just super simple. You pick together. And then you have the section 2 where we're going to have a thumb slap. You pick the strings together and then just with the fingers on the G and the B string. So you have. Now the section 3 starts with a thumb slap and you do the same thing. So it's thumb slap together and the fingers. And then the section 4 is going to be played like this. You have a thumb slap, thumb, fingers, and then the ring finger on the top E string. So when I do it slowly, I'll have. So remember that the section 4 starts with the thumb slap and then just the thumb, and then just the fingers, and then just the ring finger on the top E string. We do the same on the B as well. So we can loop this thing and play it as many times as we want, as long as when we are done with the loop, we're gonna play a different pattern over the B flat major, okay? So we have. So I'm just playing the chord together, top B string, and back together with thumb, index, and middle. And then you can add a thumb slap before we start again. So now this chord progression alone is already pretty cool to play. You can literally make a loop and play over it. It's just a beautiful chord progression to practice the rhythm and this very simple chords. Now we can obviously add a little bit more, and in the next section I'm going to add chords within the C major key. Now we're going to play the A minor chord, the G major, and the F odd 9 chord. Again. And the last chord is going to be, again, this B flat major. So we go back to the same chord after we are playing chords within the C major key. So we're going to play the A minor like this. And the G major. So we have 2 chords. Now the A minor is pretty cool. We have different voicing within the chord. And we're going to use the same picking pattern. So the first one is the A string open and then the G and the B string fret number 5. You want to pick the strings simultaneously. Then you have a thumb slap. And then you have the different voicing on the G string fret number 4 and the B string fret number 3. You pick the strings together. Then you go back to the fret 5 and you pick the strings just with index and middle. Then we change chord and we play thumb slap and the G major chord. Just pick the low E string fret 3, the G and the B string fret number 3 simultaneously. Then just with the index and middle. Then we have the thumb slap, just the bass and index and middle, and the top E string with the ring finger. So it's the same picking pattern, just over different chords. And the last one is the F sus2. Now this is simple because this one will take the full picking pattern. So you just want to put down the chord on the D string fret number 3, the G string open and the B string fret number 1. And you're just gonna do the same picking pattern. So together, thumb slap, together, and fingers. Thumb slap, together, and fingers. And then you have thumb slap, thumb, fingers, and ring finger on the top E string. When you put the whole thing together slowly, now we're going to do the same on the A minor, G, and after the G, rather than go to the F, we go to the B flat major. So we go back to the same chord. So from the G, you just want to slide all the way to the fret number 5. You put down the G string fret number 5 here. It's the same chord, and we pick the strings together, the low E string, the G, and the B. You have together, top E string, and together again. So we brought back this B flat major chord. Now let's just play around with chords that sound pretty good around the B flat major. So we're gonna play like this. So we basically changed key. We are in D minor now, and we're playing the D minor chord. It doesn't really feel like we modulated to the D minor because we've been emphasizing this B flat major a lot, and so it's pretty cool. It's not like a hard modulation. So we're playing the D minor, just the basic chord, open, 2, 3, and 1. And the picking pattern is the same. We are just basically playing now on 4 strings. So we pick the strings together, then thumb slap, together again, and then the top 3 strings only without the index finger, and then we change to the C add 9, and we have the chord played simultaneously, just the top 3 strings, thumb slap, bass, top 3 strings, and the B string with the middle finger. So and the last chord, the B flat major 7th chord. It's a beautiful sounding chord. And the picking pattern is the same. So together, thumb slap, together, fingers, thumb slap, together, fingers, thumb slap, bass, fingers, and the top E string with the ring finger. Go back to the D minor, C, and we finish with the G major. Now this G major is going to bring us back to the C major key. So we're just playing the G major, we just strum it. And I'm changing between the G major and the G sus4 with the B string fret 1, but you can just keep the G major. So it's 2, 3, and 4, and we go back to the C and the B flat major. So as you can see, the G kind of help us to modulate back to the C major. So this is how we can combine two chords from different keys, kind of put it together, and then decide to emphasize one key or the other. So it's pretty cool exercise. There's a lot of music theory behind this. We didn't cover it, we just learned the chord progression, but it's a pretty cool exercise. So really take it step by step, guys, and get the tab if you need it, okay? I'm gonna leave you to practice this, and I'll talk to you next time for another video. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time.